Good morning, Year 8. Today we're going to learn how to draw a basic face shape looking at proportions. So it's quite a daunting task to start off by drawing a face straight away. Usually people will start by drawing the main features, the nose, the eyes, the mouth, and then put the rest of the head in afterwards, and then that can quite often end up looking like the person has a huge head or a head that's too small, or the features are spaced out. So the way we do it is to start first of all by drawing the head shape. Draw a cross in the middle of your paper, and that gives you an idea of where the centre of the head is going to be, and then where we need to place the eyes and the nose, etc. So first thing that I do is to just draw in the face shape. Usually the top of the head is a pretty straightforward semicircle. So sketching a nice curve, okay, even on both sides. The next thing I'll do is draw the sides of the face, the side of the jaw. And then I think about the shape of the person's chin. Do they have a rounded chin? Do they have a chin that is what's called a heart shape? And for me, I'm going to do a square shaped face. Now, it doesn't mean they've got corners. It means that the edge of their jaw is like a sort of curved square. And they can also have a combination of shapes. So I've got a square with a slight heart-shaped chin underneath. Now that cross is a tiny little bit further up from the centre. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm not happy with the positioning. Okay. And on that centre line I'm going to place the eyes. Now the eyes should be spaced apart roughly the same width of the eye. So imagine you're drawing a three-eyed monster. Gently draw yourself a cyclops. Imagine Percy Jackson. Okay, we're going to rub that out later on. And then the left eye is going to go either side of that line. Okay, you can pop in the iris, the coloured bit of the eye. We're just sketching, this is just a practice run. So now that centre cyclops eye can be removed. The big mistake people make is either having the eyes too close together or too far apart. So roughly one eye's width in between each of those eyes is the way it should go. Okay, now between the eyes and the chin, halfway, I'm going to make a little mark. I don't need to draw a line all the way across because that's where the nose is going to sit. And then halfway between this line and the chin, I'm going to put a wider line, and that's where the mouth is going to sit. So I'll draw in the nose. The nostrils on the nose should line up roughly with the inside corners of the eye. Messed that one up. Okay, imagine the person's crying and the teardrops are falling. So the very edge of the nostrils would skim where the tears would fall. Then everybody has a different nose. So you look at the person's nose that you're drawing. Mine's got a button nose, and you can't actually see very much of the little bit underneath that joins the top lip, which is called the septum. So now I can go from the edge of my button nose and draw in the inside of the nostril. Sketch that in. And a lot of people make the mistake of drawing a straight line up for the edge of the nose for the bridge. Just a suggestion of where that bridge starts is probably all you need for now. Have a look at the top of the nose. You may see a bit of a prominent area just inside the eyes there. Okay, now we can sketch and rub that out as we go along. Halfway between the tip of the nose and the chin will go your mouth. Now the mouth lines up with the inside of the coloured bit. Okay, that should be where the edges of the mouth go. Then everybody's lip shape is different. I'm going to add a cupid's bow. Some people have a larger bottom lip than top lip. Some people have very thin lips. You need to look at the person you're drawing. Or if you're making it up, just do an average set of lips. You can rub that out if you're not happy with it and change it accordingly. There we go, having a go. Now, if at this point you think actually this person needs a little bit of a bigger chin, just adjust it slightly. Everybody's face shapes are different. Again, it depends who you're drawing. Okay. Sorry. So, the next step, we've got the eyes, we've got the nose, we've got the mouth. We've put the bridge of the nose in here, and actually it's a good gauge for where the eyebrows go, above the eye. You continue the bridge around, and that is where the brow will sit. Now I use individual lines because the eyebrows are made out of hair, and so tiny little lines to build it up gradually. Again, everybody's different, so it's up to you how big you draw them, how thin you draw them. Now in line with the eyebrows and the tip of the nose, you just project a line across using your pencil and the top of the eyebrow here, and then across on the other side, tip of the nose. That is where roughly your ears should sit. So ears can be a menace to draw, so we're just going to draw the outlines for now. And usually at the top of the ear you do have a little, what I call a cuff, and a few bits of cartilage. But again, we can change that later on. So you've got your basic face, you've got the ears, but we've got a bald person. For you to decide what kind of hair you're going to give them. If they have a fringe, that's pretty straightforward. You can have a look and see where does the fringe start at the top of the face. Do they have a hairline? If they have a particular hairline that maybe comes down and goes back to the sides, then you could sketch that in. Okay, and then from the hairline, which direction does the hair go in? So if you have got a ponytail, then the hair would go back off the face. So you would just lightly sketch lines to suggest the direction of the hair. You may have a few wisps coming down from the ears, and then think about how far up does the edge of the hair go, compared to the edge of the face. So going to just, it looks a bit like a space helmet at the moment. Continue to go around the hairline, adding in texture to suggest the direction of hair. So this person having a ponytail, you're not going to see any of the hair at the back because it's hidden, unless of course the hair and the ponytail are on top of the head, in which case you could add a scrunchie and maybe draw in the hair at the top in a bun. If you wanted to, just use your rubber to get rid of the edge of the lines that you've drawn for the shape of the head. So there you have the outline of a face. If you want to sketch in the neck, it just gives that picture a little bit of grounding, so it doesn't look like a floating head like the Cheshire Cat. Okay, there's our basic face shape drawn using proportions. So a quick reminder, eyes halfway down the face. We draw the face shape first, so eyes are halfway, the nose is halfway between the eyes and the chin, and the mouth halfway between the eyes and the chin again. The mouth is in line with the inside of the coloured bit of the eye, and the nostrils are in line with the inside corners of the eye. So that's basically the rules, but some people don't fit the rules, and so you might have to adjust it slightly.